The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days. It fell like the sky itself was mourning. Amara stood at the edge of the grave, her fingers trembling as they clutched the black umbrella. The wind pushed strands of her hair across her face, but she didn't move. She couldn't, because inside that coffin was her husband, Kunle, the man who had once promised her forever, the man who kissed her forehead every morning before work, the man who said, "No matter what happens, I'll always come back to you." But he didn't. Instead, they brought her a body, burned beyond recognition. "Car accident," they said. Nothing could be done. She never even saw his face, just a ring. His ring. That was enough to confirm it was him. "Do you have any final words?" the pastor asked softly. Amara swallowed hard. Her voice cracked. "I wasn't ready." Silence swallowed her words. "I wasn't ready to say goodbye." The coffin was lowered, and with it, her life. Grief didn't come all at once. It came in waves. Small things broke her: a shirt he left behind, his favorite mug, the empty side of the bed. At night, she would reach out, still expecting to feel him there. But there was only cold silence. People told her to move on. "Life goes on," they said. But no one tells you how to move on. No one tells you how to wake up in a world that suddenly feels unfamiliar. For 2 years, Amara barely lived. She existed. Then one day, something changed. She looked at herself in the mirror, sunken eyes, tired soul, and she heard his voice in her head. "You're stronger than this." That was the first day she decided she would not let grief bury her too. Amara rebuilt her life slowly, painfully, but powerfully. She went back to school, started a small business, turned it into a company, then a brand, then an empire. 8 years later, Amara wasn't just surviving, she was thriving. A respected CEO, a woman people admired, but behind closed doors, she was still alone. Because no matter how much success she had, one part of her life remained frozen in time. She never remarried, never dated, never even tried. Because in her heart, she was still a wife. It was a normal Tuesday, or at least, it started that way. Amara sat in her office reviewing documents when her assistant knocked and stepped in. "Ma'am, there's a man here to see you." "Does he have an appointment?" "No, but he insists it's important." Amara sighed. "I don't have time for—" Then she heard it. A voice from outside the door. Deep, familiar, impossible. "Amara?" Her heart stopped. No, it couldn't be. Slowly, the door opened, and the world shifted. Because standing there, alive, breathing, looking right at her, was Kunle. The room spun. Amara stood up so fast her chair fell behind her. Her lips trembled. This isn't funny." Kunle stepped closer. "It's me." "No." Her voice broke. "No, you're dead. I buried you." "I know." "Then what is this?" Tears filled her eyes. Anger, confusion, hope, all crashing at once. Kunle looked different, older, worn, like life had not been kind to him. "I didn't die," he said quietly. Amara laughed bitterly. "Do you hear yourself? I buried you. I mourned you. I learned to live without you." Silence. Then, "Amara, I was taken." At first, she didn't believe him. She couldn't. But then he told her everything. The accident wasn't an accident. It was staged. He had discovered something dangerous, fraud involving powerful people. He was going to expose it, but they got to him first. "They faked my death," he said, "used another body, kept me hidden." "Why?" Amara whispered. "Because I knew too much." Her knees nearly gave out. 8 years. 8 years she thought he was gone. 8 years he was somewhere alive, suffering. "Why didn't you come back sooner?" she asked. His silence answered her. "It wasn't safe. Something didn't sit right." Amara narrowed her eyes. "You expect me to believe you were just trapped for 8 years?" Kunle hesitated. That hesitation said everything. "What aren't you telling me? What aren't you telling me?" He looked away, And in that moment, her heart began to break all over again. Say it. His voice was low. I escaped. 3 years ago. The air left her lungs. You what? I couldn't come back immediately. 3 years? You were free for 3 years? I was protecting you. No. Her voice hardened. You were hiding something. The truth came out. Kunle wasn't alone. He had built a new life in another city under another name. And there was someone else. A woman. Amara stepped back like she had been slapped. No, it wasn't supposed to happen, he said quickly. I thought I lost you forever. So you replaced me? No, Did you love her? Silence. That was answer enough. Everything inside Amara shattered, not because he died, but because he lived and chose another life. She laughed, but it wasn't joy. It was pain. Do you know what I went through? I know. No, you don't. Her voice trembled. I buried you. I mourned you. I rebuilt myself from nothing. And you were out there, living. Tears rolled down her face. You didn't just disappear, Kunle. You abandoned me. Kunle stepped closer. I came back for you. Why? Because you're my wife. Amara shook her head slowly. No, I was your wife. Silence. You don't get to walk back into my life after 8 years and expect everything to be the same. I still love you. She smiled sadly. I loved you too. That word hit harder than anything. Loved. Past tense. Kunle reached for her hand. She stepped back. This is where we end. Kinked. You died 8 years ago. Her voice was steady. And I buried you. A tear slipped down her cheek. But today, I bury you again. Kunle walked out of her office. This time, for good. Amara stood there, alone, but not broken. Because this time she understood something she didn't 8 years ago. Closure doesn't come from the past. It comes from choosing yourself. She walked back to her desk, sat down, and continued working. Not because she didn't care, but because she had learned. Life doesn't stop for heartbreak, and neither would she. Sometimes the people we think we lost forever come back, not for love, not for closure, but to test whether we've truly healed. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is let them go. Again. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this page. If you enjoyed it, kindly leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Your support truly helps make more stories like this.